Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to isolate just one single note on your harmonica so you can play all the cool stuff that comes after. Are you ready? Let's go and get started. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Jonah Fox and welcome to the channel. Being able to play single notes on your harmonica is so important. In fact, I've met a bunch of people where they just could not get over this barrier, and so they couldn't learn all of the fun stuff that you can do that comes afterwards. And I think that's because most people are going about playing single notes wrong. So I'm going to explain the different ways that you can play single notes and also tell you the best tip I have for mastering this skill yourself. Let me talk about the different ways that you can achieve single notes on your harmonica. So we have puckering. That's where you scrunch your lips up. We have the deep relaxometer. It's like puckering, but you're playing against your inner lip. And then we have tongue blocking, where you use your tongue to isolate these different notes. Now, out of all three, I really like tongue blocking, but I'll get to that last. Let's start with puckering. So puckering, again, so you scrunch your lips up like that, right? And you put the harmonica in your mouth, and that tiny hole that you have open in your mouth is just going to play a single hole in your harmonica. Now, I don't like this for two big reasons. The first reason is it makes your muscles tired. As someone who used to play the trumpet and got really worn out by the trumpet playing amateur, which is very similar to puckering, I didn't want to do that anymore. And so once I realized there was a better way, I didn't do puckering any longer. And the second reason is that it often, for beginners, makes your tone very thin. It's just not a good sound. You have to work extra hard as a puckering player to make your harmonica tone nice, full, deep, and open, where if you just use one of the other two amateurs I'm going to be telling you about, you wouldn't have to struggle at all. So that's puckering. Let me go to the next amateur, which is the deep relaxometer. Now, the deep relaxometer is very much like puckering. In fact, here's how you do it. Make a puckering position, right? You put the harmonica in, but what you're going to do is you're going to kind of tiff it into your bottom lip. So the comb of your harmonica, the part with all the holes, is going to be touching your bottom lip, okay? And I know it's a little awkward. And your top lip is not going to be tensed like it was in puckering. So essentially, you make a puckering position. You do this by tipping your harmonica down. So tip your harmonica down into your bottom lip and let your top lip go loose. This is called the deep relaxometer. I really like it. In general, it leads you to have a better tone than the kind of default state that puckering has you in, and it's also not tiring on your mouth. Out of the kind of the puckering styles, the deep relaxometer is the one that I actually would recommend. And if you are a puckering player and you're having some of the problems that I mentioned, maybe a poor tone, maybe you're not really good at isolating those single notes, maybe you're tired of your mouth hurting, you can give the deep relaxometer a shot, and if you can figure it out, the transition shouldn't be way too difficult. Finally, I want to talk to you about tongue blocking. Now, tongue blocking isn't the only embouchure that uses your tongue. There's also U blocking, which you kind of curl your tongue. I can't really do it. It's like a genetic thing. I don't got the genes, so I can't instruct you on that. But tongue blocking is how I play primarily. And what you do is, and this one's a little harder to understand, you're using your tongue to block a couple holes on one side. Sometimes it's one hole, sometimes it's multiple holes. And on the other side, generally on the right side, if you're a right-handed person, your mouth is blocking the other hole. So let me explain this in a different way, okay? Your tongue's touching the harmonica like that. So often it's just the tip of your tongue, like right on the tip, is going to kind of fit in one hole, and you're not pushing on it, okay? You shouldn't feel any muscles that are being activated. And your other side is kind of cutting off the holes to the right. So when you blow, you should get one clean single note. There are three reasons I really like tongue blocking. The first reason is that it's easy on your mouth. You can stay nice and relaxed, just like the deep relaxometer, and it's not really any stress, okay? Reason number two is because it keeps your tone nice and open, also like the deep relaxometer. You just really can't get your tongue blocking your airway and constricting your sound and making your tone real small and kind of nasally and airy when your tongue is down blocking on your harmonica. It just doesn't happen, so your tone's going to be better by default. And the third reason I like tongue blocking is a technique called slaps. and pulls, okay? So slap is when there's nothing on your harmonica and you place your tongue down and you're kind of blowing before you place your tongue down, like. So you're kind of mixing chords and single notes. And a pull is the opposite, where your tongue is down and you're pulling it up pretty quickly. Just like the technique in and of itself, you shouldn't really be working your tongue muscle like too much. You're just placing your tongue on and then taking it off. That's it. Slaps and pulls. Now, they're really cool because they can make certain notes be accented and make them stand out. And it's just like another thing that you can use. And you can also use your tongue using slaps and pulls to kind of create different kind of rhythmic elements in your playing. Like, there's a lot of complexity there, and I'm taking my tongue on and off and on and off to achieve this. And that's something that is just a fun thing to play around with that I think without it, this instrument is a lot less interesting. So I recommend you use tongue blocking out of all the styles that I mentioned so far, but my second choice is the deep relaxometer. If you're finding this video helpful, would you do me a little favor and boop the like button? It helps me reach more people. All right, let's keep going. Now let's talk about how to get these single notes down. Now that you understand how to do them, how do you make this skill stick? So this is my main suggestion. There's a lot of things that you can do, but what I would do is I'd pick one hole, like let's say 4 blow, okay? And your goal here is to take the harmonica off, and then you're going to put it to your mouth, do whatever embouchure you're going to choose, okay? Again, I like tongue blocking, but do whatever you're going to do. And play and just see, are you getting a clean and accurate note? Is it 4 blow? Are any other holes leaking through? Like that. That would be doing it incorrectly. But if you really consciously repeat this, you'll find that you will get this skill down and it really won't take too long. But here is the big tip, okay? Slow down. There isn't a rush to getting this down, okay? Just be patient and repeat this over and over. Conscious practice is what's going to make this work for you. And once you get 4 blow, do 4 draw, do 5 blow, do 5 draw. After that, I really recommend that you just learn a simple, like folk harmonica tune that involves like a melody that's being played with single notes. So you get a chance to actually practice this skill. And as you do, you need to be very conscious that you're playing single notes. For me, I used Oh Susanna for this. You know, something like that. And I just played this a bunch of times over and over. And I was really, really paying attention that my single notes were working in the way that I wanted them to. And I think if you really slow down and you work on consciously practicing single notes in whatever style that you choose, I suggest tongue blocking, you're going to get this skill down. I hope this video is helpful to you, and I will see you next week.